Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and today I will try to make something like a stylized sci-fi wall. So let's start. The first thing I will do is create a gradient linear, and in this gradient linear I will rotate in 90 degree. And what I will do is create a gradient map after that, just in grayscale, and I will move this one right here and this one like this. And what I will do next is make a test. So I will create a tile, a shape first to test if everything is working. I will create a directional warp and I will move on top degree. Oops, I inverted. Like this. That's what I want. Perfect. So I will start making the shape. To this shape, I will make a gradient map, a new gradient linear, and what I will do next is create a curve. So in this line, I will draw something like what I want for my height. So what I will do is move this like this. I will move these two. I will align on top. Holding shift, I can just stuck this in 1 degree, something like this. I will create a new one. I will move and I will start creating the shape like this. I will select these 2 points and let's see. It's not working, I don't know. Okay, align on top and move this forward. I will just create a point right here to drag this down just a little bit. I will let me select this one, select these two now. See, align on top. So if I connect on this one, let's see how this is looking. I will increase my normals and the height map. You can see the shape working. So I will make some fixes on this curve. For example, I think this line right here is is too big, so I will select these two, and with the shift I will hold this to the top. I think this two right here is too small. Move like this. Okay, so let's see what's happened if I put this on this directional warp. So let me move right here. Looks cool, but as you can see, the tiling of this map will break. So what we can do to fix this is make something like I will move this to this position. I will copy and paste. I just drag the control and drag to the right, and you copy the pattern. So I will decrease the intensity. This should work. So let me go back to the plane. One thing that I can try to do right now is create a shape like this, trying to make the same size than this gradient. We'll create a directional warp. We'll move like this. Maybe this not at center. And I will blend back. With transform, I will connect in the shape, and I will subtract again to make this. And let's blend these two together, but we create a bevel. With a transform, as mean lightning, and I will move to this position. I will create a levels because this white is too vibrant, so I will make this. So okay, what I will do next is create a tile sampler. Sorry, a tile generator with 4, something like this. I will just put as multiply just for a minute, and I will make the same directional warp, but in this occasion, instead use the curves, we use this one. Let's see what's happened. And as you can see, the shape follow perfectly uh, my base curve and my base directional warp. So what I will do is take off this, just create a blend, and going here, will will be easier if I use the shape. And use this to subtract. And with this, I will put a transform right here to move this to this point. So let's see what I can do. Maybe a min max blend. Mm, okay. Now I want to make some divisions on this shape right here. So to do this, I will use the what I can use. Let me try use this one. And what I will do is create a directional warp but instead of use this one, I will use this directional warp to make this kind of shape. What I will do next is create a bevel with edge detect. Let's see what I can get with this information. So I use a histogram scan on this directional warp just to make this height part. So I will put this on the opacity. Let's see, everything's correct. Let's see what happens if I just take off this directional warp. Okay. Let's see how this is looking in tiling. Looks interesting. What I will do next right here is create a negative bevel, and I will take a levels to make this a little bit dark and brighter. And right here on this blend, I will make a subtract. But first I need to take this transform, connect right here, and plug. Okay. One thing that I will try to do is create some scratches. So for this, I will try to make um, slope blur with the crystals and applicate a very soft blur. Put the samples on max and decrease the intensity. And after that create a blend. Instead, instead using crystals, I will try with the Gaussian noise. So I will try to make a fix for this. To make this, I have this histogram scan that I will scale to the top. Now fits perfectly. Um, to the next, I need something to fill this part. One thing that I will try to do will be very simple. Let's see if this work well. I will go here to the patterns and I will select this one, the gradient linear tree. I will rotate it 90 degrees and increase the tiling. So with the levels, I will put the white and now I will create a height blend. I know. I will decrease a lot the black, and here in the height blend I will move this contrast needs to be in 1 and move to something like this. I think the result is really cool. Maybe this damage I can make this much more soft, so I will take these levels and increase a little bit this black part. Okay, so I think the base shape looks interesting. What I will do next, I will try to create some scratches. So for this, I will select a pattern input and I will take a shape. I will rotate in this angle, increase the scale, and with the transform, I will make a stretch like this. I will change to absolute and click in no tiling for this no don't repeat when I scale down. And I will put this on my first pattern and select the pattern input with the scale, some scale random, position random, and rotation, color random. So something like this. I create a level, so I will invert this one and I will put a min darken and I will move a lot the white. I will go back here in my tile sampler and take the mask random. And now I can go to the color part. So the first thing, I will create something like a gray. A new gradient, but this time for the yellow. And let's try fit these two together. So I create a blend right here. This will be my base. I will create a transform and I will put this on opacity. We'll connect right here. So looks fits well right here, but here on top it's not working good. So I will take that transform to see if looks better. We'll create now a new blend right here. This blend will be very simple because I will just make a brighter version of this gradient map. But what I will do is create a shape with a transform. Let me decrease the eye position, and I will put this on this top part until he fills this line right here. What I will do next is take a gradient map based on this shape. So create a new one, and I will put this one as my mask. Now you can see the shape itself is taking life, taking good colors. So next, I have this one. So what I will do is take a levels to create a mask for this, or better, I can just copy and paste this blend. It's where I blended this one with this right here, and use the divide, because with this I can perfect take the mask for the shape. So for example, I will take this, put this on top, and this on my mask. I just need to make a fix with this. Perfect. Okay, with this base shape, what I will do next, I can take this ambient occlusion, make a gradient with a soft color, something like this. We'll blend together as overlay. Okay, looks interesting. What I will do next is create a normal map with a curvature. In this curvature, I will try to take all the highlights, what I can get is create a slope blur for this one. Or better, instead to put on this normal, I will create a new one, base it on this. I will make a slope blur So can't be this one. We'll put this as gradient. Make it slope blur grayscale. And I will use a poly noise. And blend together. And with the levels, I will increase. I can take this damage edges like this if you want. So we'll stay with this one, but very soft. What I can try is create a blend using this as a mask. Okay, what I will do next is create a dirt node. With this dirt, I can take my ambient occlusion, my normal map, and my curvature, and I make a dirt on these edges. So we'll put this right here. One thing to take off this noisy, maybe I can make a new slope blur. So we'll decrease the dirt level. will create a new gradient map for this one, but this time taking a dark color. Oh, this one looks really interesting. What I can do next is take the curvature map, with the levels I will invert this one and blend with cells. Slope with clouds. And the histogram scan to control the roughness. We'll copy and paste the histogram scan, put here in the metallic part. I think the result looks really cool. I will take that edges right here as a linear, and we'll create a new levels based on this curvature. First the black, take the white. To take this, something that I will do, I will subtract with this mask and subtract again, but with this one, and blend as highlight. Like this. So that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you next time.